Yo, 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 Big Kish back up in here. That's my Fire Marshal Bill impression, man. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all youngins don't know about it in living color. But I found an interesting video, man. It's called Keenan Ivory Wayans Finally Reveals in Living Color's Darkest Secrets. I say most of my viewers are 35 and up. 35 to like 40 or something like that. So I know y'all gonna rock with me on this. You know what I mean? Them late nights, Martin, you know what I mean? In Living Color and all that. So yeah, we about to get it.
Let's just say it's after dinner. You've got a fork in your hand. Where?
He said, where? Let's just say there's a fork in your hand. Yeah, I used to, man. I do a couple impressions. You know what I mean? I don't be telling nobody because I don't want Hollywood to come looking for me and stuff, trying to sign me and all that stuff. Just like, you know, my voice is good, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Let's just say it's after dinner. You've got a fork in your hand. Where?
Bro, I love this, man.
A woman is as sweet as honey as long as she don't want no money.
Back in the day, TV felt a bit predictable. But then, in Living Color burst onto the scene.
Oh my God, these was the days, bruh. Yo, these are the days, man.
Expectations and delivering side-splitting laughter that hit you like a bolt from the blue.
Damn!
This show was bold, brash, and brilliantly raw.
I remember that.
I know you can't accuse me of stealing nobody's wallet because wait. Money. No, I got money.
Wait, hold on.
Dreamed up by the iconic Keenan Ivory Wayans and featuring his uproarious siblings Damon and Marlon, alongside with a stellar cast including Jim Carrey, Kim Kohls, and David Alan Grier. In Living Color wasn't just entertainment, it was a cultural revolution.
To do all the cooking and the cleaning and the washing around here, not to mention the welding.
But as with all revolutions,
that was my girl right here. This is my girl right here. Remember, she used to be in the window, be like, I ain't gonna tell nobody. Don't be telling nobody now. We gonna keep that between us. She used to gossip about everybody.
Was an end. What really led to the show's sudden cancellation.
Compete to get your material on. So the writers are competing with each other, the performers are competing with each other.
Oh,
I mean, maybe Jim Carrey didn't have to compete because he was one of a kind. And
he
certainly the Wayans didn't have to compete because it was their show.
Bruh.
But there was a strong competition. I had a talk with Tommy Davidson just the other day. We were on a flight together, and I didn't know he was feeling it too. Like, it was a strong competitive experience. I went to Living Single, and it was a cooperative, and so it was very different. So,
And better.
And better for me.
Keenan breaks it down, revealing the behind-the-scenes drama. Was it network politics, creative clashes, or did Fire Marshal Bill ignite a firestorm too big to extinguish?
Bruh, he needed his own show, brother, man. People was, him and Homie the Clown, bruh. Y'all let me know y'all favorites. If you know, you know. Fire Marshal Bill, Homie the Clown, who else? I say those are my guys right there. Those are my guys. I liked it when Jamie Foxx did the little thing, but you know, I can't be down with that. But
get ready for a wild ride through the high-stakes world of television. Hires, fires, rumored secret romances, and all the gritty details. Buckle up, y'all. This tea is scalding.
But prior to
bro, you gotta have some talent and able to hold your face for that long, bro.
He is scalding.
But prior to that, we used to make his life miserable.
Brainchild of comedy OG, prankster
look
legend,
good for his
the
age,
mastermind behind some of the funniest movies of all time, Keenan Ivory Wayans.
I drop my uniform wherever I want. I work 15 jobs. I don't have time for your foolishness when I come home. I'm tired, damn it.
From his outrageous sketch comedy days to his Hollywood directing gigs, Keenan Wayans has been stirring the pot and doling out laughs for decades.
What's up, man? This is the VIPs.
Yeah, that means very, very important people.
It wasn't Keenan's first rodeo. He'd done 2 successful blaxploitation productions that went on to be quite successful. However, In Living Color was the first one to hit the ball straight out of the park in the early 90s. The requirements for being on the cast were so high that people like Chris Rock and Martin Lawrence are reported to have auditioned, but they didn't make the cut. The audition process was quite the process.
The casting process was really fun. A lot of the people I knew from doing stand-up in the clubs, but even though I knew them, I put them all through the process. And the process was they came in, they read script, performed that. Then we did improvs. And then if they made it to the finals, they had to do their act on stage.
And because one person's cilantro nightmare is another's salsa fiesta, while some other people didn't make the cut to be on the cast of the show, others did and turned it down. By others, we're referring to Mark Curry.
And I was also offered in Living Color. People don't know that. Put some respect on my name.
Why did you turn down in Living Color?
Well, it was either Mr. Cooper or in Living Color.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we can't be mad at that. When
he got offered his own show, you know what I mean? So yeah, you got to go with that.
Fox Network approached Keenan and basically told him to express himself freely and allow his creative comedy juices to flow. They must not have imagined how far off the edge that Keenan's mind liked to live, because they panicked like a cat in a bath.
So Barry let us shoot it, but then it came time to air it. And that's when everybody got nervous, like everybody. And Peter Chernin was head of network, sat me down, and he said, we're really nervous about airing this. He goes, undoubtedly it is great and funny. He goes, but we just don't think we can air this.
It took about a year to go from shooting the pilot to actually airing it. The network even had a research team work round the clock to ensure they weren't going to be stepping on any sensitive toes.
Not only was that a conversation, but they hired a research group, and it was the funniest thing. I met with the research people, and I swear it was the CIA. It was, I mean, it was a kind of like stiffness and suit and tie that you just go, this is not your average white executive right here. This guy is on another level. Told me about the research they had done. And they didn't ask people if they thought things were funny. They asked them, how did it make them feel? It's like, wow. And then they asked me some questions. And they asked me, so what do you think the show is? What do you think? Like, they wanted to know my feelings about the show. And I said, I think the show is.
I'm telling you, these people know the power of imagery. They know that this show was going to go across the airways. I'm telling you, these people do a diligent search to find out your thoughts, your emotions. They want to see, okay, how does this work? How does this work? How does this work? And now those are the same people where we at today. They don't let no positivity on the airways. No, they don't let no positivity on the airways. I'm telling you, deep man.
It's fresh and it's new. I think it's revolutionary. And they said, what do you mean revolutionary?
How do you
told you. They said, what do you mean revolutionary? We need to make sure you stay in your place. We don't need you putting those shows together, enlightening people to get these people to rise. We don't need you doing that. Just stay dressing up in your clown costume. Stay dressing up like women and all that. Just stay down there. Don't do nothing revolutionary. We don't want that.
Felt nervous, because this was it.
It was a lot of steps to get to actually getting on the air.
But after all the pre-screening hurdles that needed to be crossed were crossed, the show took off, and boy, was it a hit. Well, Tommy Davidson, who had to leave the show and come back, attests that something was different when the show lost a handful of its initial cast.
There's a little more freedom for me to do what I wanted to do, but also there was a lack of quality to the show. And those friendships I missed too. But like I said, this is a job. It ain't like my family.
But why did Tommy have to leave the show and come back? Well, it might have something to do with a substance abuse that it seemed everyone saw coming but him.
And people would sit me down and say, hey, don't you do that, don't you do that, don't you do that. And it wasn't a conscious decision. It was just one of them things where there was a lot of opportunities available to me, and I was in an emotional space where I was dependent on those things to help me deal with the present reality.
It appears that even Keenan tried to pull Tommy out of that funk. with zero success.
You know, everybody pulled me to the side. That was the good thing. Everybody pulled me to the side and said, hey, man, you better watch out. You better be careful. You better be careful. You know?
Regardless, Keenan describes Tommy as a talented, energetic, and dynamic comedian.
Tommy is the Energizer Bunny. That guy, he has more energy than any human being you'll know. And he's the man of 1,000 voices as well. Tommy's stand-up is so amazing because he can do these musical things, he can sing. He's like an old-school entertainer in a very modern incarnation, and that's what it was about him. It's like that skill set I had to have.
Behind the camera, there were rumors of sparks flying like the 4th of July between several cast members.
They don't make him like Tommy no more, I'm telling you. Even to this day, I seen one of his stand-ups probably like a couple months ago, still energetic. They don't make him like that no more.
You would think these rumors would manage to exclude the show's creator, Keenan. Oh, how wrong would you be? Keenan was tied to alleged love affairs with Kim Kohls, whom he had to fire, and not in the formal way, and Fly Girl J-Lo. I know, it's a lot. Let's take a moment to unpack that baggage. Now, Kim Kohls was on the show, but for just one short season. Audiences were left wondering what happened to the actress on the show. It was like Kim did a Houdini and disappeared into thin air. The rumor mill caught fire and claimed that Kim was let go as a result of a love affair with Keenan that went sour. What seemed rather shady was the way Keenan fired Kohls.
I got a call from my agent saying, don't go to work Monday morning. Don't go to work Monday. I'm like, humana. And it was tough, of course. And it was embarrassing and it was weird because it was the hottest thing ever. And I couldn't understand what I had done or not done right or wrong. And eventually we had a conversation and I understood the politics of the situation.
You can make what you want of that, but it smells like shady business. Kim is of the opinion that Keenan fired her because of his little sister, Kimberly Wayans, who was also on the show, and that she wasn't allowed to shine because Kim Wayans had to shine as well.
Yo. I love when she played that nosy lady in the window in the project. That was, yo.
Keenan addresses what really went down.
Very funny, but didn't follow that rule of letting go the vanity, an awareness from her. And that's why I think it didn't work.
In Living Color was a springboard for a lot of the Hollywood careers we now know. And Jennifer Lopez was on the show as a member of the show's very own dance entourage called the Fly Girls. But there must be something in the showbiz water because the rumor mill stayed spinning. And tales of a love affair between Keenan and one of the Fly Girls, Jennifer Lopez, also began to make the rounds. Specifically, the love affair was how homegirl J-Lo made it on the show and stayed on it as a Fly Girl. Here's the thing. There's no concrete evidence to confirm a real-life romance between J-Lo and Keenan. Both of them have remained tight-lipped about the rumors over the years. It really did not help that fellow cast member Jamie Foxx allegedly fueled this rumor that has our ears tingling. Okay, maybe not fueled, maybe just fanned it a tiny bit. Speaking of Jamie Foxx, there were reports that he was mean to other cast members on the set of the show. We're especially eyeballing the words used by Tommy Davidson in his 2020 memoir, interestingly titled Living in Color.
Me and Jamie, no matter what happens between the two of us, or he end up not liking me for what I said, or I end up not liking him for something he did that far back, I ain't holding on to that. I'm just making an account of it.
Davidson wrote in the memoir that although he considered Fox talented, he was competitive, and his sense of humor was mercilessly mean. Allegedly, when Fox realized he could score points with Keenan Wayans by making fun of Davidson, it became even more severe.
I never heard from Jamie Foxx anyway. I wouldn't call it shade. I threw some light on the situation.
But maybe there was a method to that madness, as Keenan hints us.
It'll be 10 times funnier because Tommy is just the perfect victim for Wanda. And we used to have so much fun because Jamie is like an imp. Jamie's a guy who loves to tease, he loves to push, and he would do things to Tommy to make Tommy crazy. And Tommy would always be looking to me to cut, and I would never cut. I would force him to stay in the scene, and it would be so much fun.
The Wein brothers were on fire, the sketches were outrageous, and the ratings were sky high. So what went wrong? 2 words: censorship and reruns. Okay, that was 3 words.
The censor made us cut out at a certain point, right? Which, we fought, but I was fine with it at the end of the day.
The network wasn't always feeling the show's edgy humor. Keenan tells The Hollywood Reporter, I didn't have antagonistic relationships with the censors. I wasn't irrational. I knew there were restrictions. It was more about how far can I go.
Now we see why we never could have nothing. I be hating when people say, yeah, just do your own thing. You can do this, do that. Nah, there are always some people up above you because it's a monopoly, not a monopoly game. Imagine you playing a monopoly game and the person you playing against got all the damn money on the board and he give you $10. And the rest of the game you playing off of his borrowed money. That's the same thing with this YouTube thing. The copyrights. I can't play this song. I can't play that song because it's censorship. Censor. Same thing, the same thing. Same old thing, bro. So we understand what's going on. How in Living Color, you know what I mean?
Oh, like, just tell me where the line is. The frustration was that the line was moved week to week. So you could do something one week, but if they got mail, you couldn't do it the next.
See?
We were constantly in that dance. Plus, the network started rerunning old episodes without consulting Keenan, and while new episodes were running, which devalued the show's freshness. Fox executives told Keenan on a Friday.
And he was going through this before YouTube, before the internet, before all that stuff. So we'd just be looking at it like, yo, why is it reruns? Why is this? Why is that? There's people up above him. You know what I mean? He ain't got to say so. You know what I mean?
Friday night that they were going to announce the reruns the next Monday morning, leaving him 0 time to work in a protest. Keenan says they were so sneaky about it. To tell you the truth, I was so stunned. I kept saying, you're joking, you're joking. I was supposed to have that control, and even that was usurped. The years I put into the show were being robbed from me. That singular move by the network made the value of the old shows take an immediate nosedive. Those older seasons were to revert to Wayans ownership the next year for sale and syndication. Keenan says to The Hollywood Reporter, Fox started to rerun the show before it got into syndication. They were using the show to launch other shows, and they were devaluing it.
Damn.
I felt like they were exploiting me, so I left in the middle of season 4. And when the creator of the show leaves, haven't you kind of lost the essence of it? Yeah. Seeing as the visionary creator of the show had exited stage left, audiences agree that the show was simply not the same in its final season before it got canceled.
Now, what's the significance of the In Living Color versus what's been going on in what we know is the hip-hop beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake? That colonizer spirit. They took Keenan Ivory Wayans' show, they dissected it. How does this work? How does this work? Why do they think you funny? Why do they such? Now they got him out the picture. Now you see, shows after it trying to, replicate the same thing. That colonizer spirit, bro, I'm telling you, man. But yeah, that was a beautiful breakdown because I always wanted some answers to what happened to Living Color. Imagine if they came out with a 2025 in Living Color. Ah, man, who would y'all want to play in there? That joint would be dope, man. I'm telling you. I'm just reminiscing on them days, man. It was beautiful. Y'all let me know who y'all favorite actors were in The Living Color and what you think about the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Big Kiss signing out. I'm gone.